Hey guys, so today finally bringing you some Battlefield 4 content, and this video is going to be all about the first impressions. I got the game 24 hours ago or yesterday pretty much, and only because I live in Australia and we get it second out of the 3 or 4 days that Battlefield 4 launches around the world. America gets it first, US gets it first, Australia and New Zealand get it second, and I think Europe gets it third. So I've been trying to control myself not to watch any Battlefield 4 videos. I don't want any spoilers or anything like that. So now, but finally, I finally played it, and all that good stuff is going to come out in this video today. So first I just want to talk about the campaign. Obviously, as I said in my last video, the campaign is very important to me. I always play the campaign first because of that immersion, that story, that narrative. And I gotta say, out of all the FPS stories out there, and I'm including Call of Duty in this, because I know a lot of people don't really like the Call of Duty franchise, but to be honest, their story mode is absolutely brilliant. It's a really good story mode. So if you haven't played that already, I suggest you do. And don't hate on Call of Duty just because it's Call of Duty. Seriously, play the game and then you can say what you want. Anyways, back to Battlefield 4. The campaign is amazing. That immersion is just there for you to enjoy. It's always action packed. And I played it on hard difficulty just because you need a challenge really. And so I played it on hard, and the enemies would not die. And what the funny thing about the campaign is, the gameplay of the guns, anyways, was actually quite realistic. Not every shot would be hit. Not every shot on an enemy would be hit. So, anyways, I'm deviating from what I'm trying to say is, the campaign is amazing. If you haven't played it, play it now. I mean, you're missing out. They could seriously, honestly make this into a movie if they could. So that's the campaign. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to spoil it for you, so yeah, get onto it. Now, back onto the multiplayer side of things, and I know you guys really want to hear this. First, I just want to start off by saying it is a lot of fun, playing with a lot of people, and I gotta say it's all action-packed, just like you see in the trailers, of course, and that's what Battlefield's about, really. So first I want to talk about the control of that player itself, and from the beta, obviously, it's still pretty much the same. The control of your player, of the character, is really slow. It actually feels quite realistic. It's kind of like Battlefield Bad Company 2 in a way, how it was kind of slow and sluggish, but it really works in a good way. The control in jumping and running and stuff like that is pretty much the same, except for maybe jumping where they really thought it through. You can jump over a lot of things, and if they've made you not to jump over something, they've made it so you can't jump over it. So it's really quite good. It's a really big change from Battlefield 3 where you could just kind of glitch your way into it and stuff like that. So Battlefield 4, they really refined it, especially on some of the maps that are close quartered. Next is weapon gameplay, and this is a very heated discussion. The weapons, they do a lot of damage to players, and you can be dropped instantly if you're not paying attention or you're not moving. Now the weapons, there are a lot of weapons to choose from. I've only unlocked so many, and I'm only level 10, level 11 or something like that. But the weapons are really quite good. I'm not going to go into detail about specific weapons. I might go into specifics, for instance the sniper rifles. They're much more easy to handle now. You can easily headshot people if you've got the means to do it. The sniper rifles are still one shot to the body and not die. I don't know, it's not realistic, but it kind of makes sense. You could just sit there camping and every shot you'd get a kill. So that's interesting to see. With the assault rifles and stuff like that, they've got the assault rifles down really well. I think it's a good balance between mid-range shooting and damage. The close quarter guns are actually a really good gun. They're really good at close quarters, as the name implies, and they're really fucking terrible at long range sort of engagements. So they really kind of balance it out, and the maps are really actually made for it. The bigger maps, obviously you can't use close quarter weapons, sorry, and the long range weapons you can't use in tight team type close quarter maps. You get my drift, vice versa. And that's pretty much the weapons, all it is really. I haven't got my hands on a shotgun yet. I know they were pretty shit in the beta. It was a 2-shot kill in the beta. I don't even understand why that works, but. And now finally the the LMGs, of course. The LMGs are the MK5 is so shit. I don't even understand how they do it. it's so hard to use, so hard to freaking get damage and reduce that recoil for your shots to not go haywire. But that's just one LMG. I haven't unlocked any of the LMGs yet, and I'm like desperately struggling to use it just to get those LMG unlocks done. But anyways, enough of those weapons. Next on my list is vehicles, and the vehicle play is very, very smooth. In accordance with Battlefield 3 and all the other games, collision on vehicles has been reduced significantly, and that is awesome. I hated it when in Battlefield 3 when you hit someone and you fucking just like lag out and rubber band everywhere and shit like that. So the vehicle movement is very, very good when colliding. When you collide with someone else, it actually looks like it would collide, like how it would act in real life. The weapons on the vehicles are also some are alright, some are bad. Like the cannon shell's pretty much the same as Battlefield 3 and previous games, and same with the LMG on top as a second seat, and on the main gun I'll say as well. But I'll move on to the miniguns. The miniguns have still not been fucking fixed, and the thing is, it just like I don't even understand it. They're just like pea shooters. Like you cannot shoot with them. And whenever you just hit something, it just seems like it bounces off. It's really that, like, it feels that weak. It still doesn't even do damage to tanks yet. And I actually don't think that DICE will ever implement it, like, in miniguns doing damage to tanks, sorry. And, I just don't even know. Anyways, moving on. The Venom, of course, is used as it is. What I really find quite annoying though is the 25mm round cannon, the 25mm rounds on the scout helis. I mean, I thought the scout helis were fucking dangerous enough as it is, and then they just add that 25mm round cannon to do fucking damage to vehicles now, even more, and infantry as well, so that gives that splash damage, and I really just don't like that. But anyways, the vehicle movement as well has really changed up for the better. You need that you need to take into consideration the inertia it has, and you gotta like time your turns right and all that stuff. So all that good stuff. The little birds, however, are pretty much the same again. I think they've tweaked it to make it a little bit harder to move around stuff, but they really cannot really see the difference at all. The jets, I love how the jets fly around and shit. Me personally, I've never been a jet fan because simply I can't fly them. On PC, I can't fly them. On the console, I can fly them just fine, but on PC, I suck ass. But I love how they've added the streamline to the jets as well. It just makes it that much more like a visually pleasing thing to see. And that's about it really for the vehicles. I can't really talk about. Oh yeah, the attack boats, really actually quite underpowered. I made a video last time saying how the attack boats were a tad bit overpowered from the footage we saw on the beta and the live stream and stuff like that. But yeah, the attack boats, yeah, they're a little overpowered, but it's not like it's not like an annoying thing. Like you can see, oh yeah, I can see it's like it works. So yeah, if you have 4 people in the attack boat, then it works fine. And finally, I'll maybe talk about the jet skis. The jet skis, of course, are really agile and really quick. But the thing is, they're a little bit too maneuverable. Like you turn and you freaking do like a whole 180 turn for some reason. I don't know why that is, but. And also with the attack boats, I found out, I never really noticed, like even in the beta, I'm like, how do I deploy off an attack boat into a jet ski? And I finally figured it out, it's F5, you press F5 and it deploys into a jet ski. And I've never really understood why that is, but whatever, that's fine. That's vehicles for now. Now the maps, the map designs. I think I played all the maps except for Goldmine Railroad, which I played Commander on only. I didn't play as an infantry. So it was kind of like, I pretty much know like what the maps look like and all that stuff. I gotta say my favorite map was probably Flood Zone. It is actually really quite fun if you know what you're doing. I mean, if you got good players playing it as well, like not just camping like assholes. So what you gotta do is check your corners every single time. Try and stay on the rooftops for as long as possible. I know it's fucking hard. The other thing is about that map, it's actually really small. Like considering it's a Battlefield game, it's really freaking small. Like I don't even understand. And now I kind of understand why that they previewed Siege of Shanghai as well on the beta as well. So it's actually that map probably had the biggest Levolution to occur, if I'm not mistaken, or like the most effective Levolution aspect to it. Now, and it was also like cool to see as well, like a building falling as well. And on the subject of Levolution, all the Levolution, I'm pretty happy with, except for maybe the dam. Oh man, that's probably the least favorite map of all time in Battlefield 4 right now. It's only been out for like 3 days, and when we're freaking naming my least favorite maps. I was a bit disappointed with the dam. It's just rubble that falls over. It's not water that comes out. It's just rubble, and it's not like an instant, like the whole thing falling down. It's like a gradual, like rock by rock kind of thing, and I really don't understand that. Like, why put that in? Like, why not just make it a instant, all the rocks fall over, or make the water come out? I don't understand, but anyways, nonetheless, it's still a pretty fun map. When I played it, it was always lagging. It was always, the sound was always cutting out. That was the thing with the game. The sound always cut out on that map, and it was really weird. I don't even understand, like, I don't even understand why they would not fix that during the final build. Like, it's such a big thing, and there's a lot of the, and if you guys don't know, like, they did this happened in Battlefield 3. It still happens in Battlefield 3, like, where the sound just cuts out randomly and you can only hear certain sounds. In this case, the only sound you could hear was the PA telling us messages in Chinese and English and stuff like that. I don't know what they're saying, but that's the only thing you hear. You couldn't even hear your footsteps, you couldn't hear gunfire. Like, I got killed multiple times because I couldn't hear my enemy at all. But anyways, I'll leave it at that. The map designs, though, very, very, very ingenuitive. I thought that they flowed quite well with all the maps. Yeah, probably the best flowing map was Siege of Shanghai. It actually flowed quite well, and there are a lot of other maps like that, like the Dam. The Dam is similar to that pretty much. But the other map's really good. The size of the maps vary, of course. Goldmon Railroad, to my knowledge, is like pretty big. It's a pretty big map. The other big map is the freaking, what's that called? The one with the massive radio tower. I think it's not called radio tower, but the radio tower falls over, or the telescope falls over, and it collapses everything. That one's pretty big as well. Sorry, I'm a bit busy at the moment, so I just can't even remember what the maps are. But anyways, yeah, the Levolution to those as well is very good. Goldmon Railroad is a weird Levolution. Like, it's not really a Levolution. It's like, if you control the train, you control the flag, and the train moves if you control it towards your area, so it gives you like that tactical advantage. So that's kind of interesting to see. Like, I knew DICE were going to do something like that, but it's like, it doesn't really fit into the Battlefield universe, if that makes sense. But it kind of does at the same time, so it's really weird. But yeah, really happy with the Levolutions, really happy with the map designs, and yeah, that's about it. Now, onto the Commander, and I did get to play the Commander. Like, it took me ages. Like, not ages, but it took me like a while to get to level 10 for some reason. I don't even know why. But what the thing about the Commander is, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Don't get me wrong, I love the Commander mode. I've been playing it for maybe like an hour or so. Like, just keep going and changing maps and stuff like that. And I love it. Like, sometimes people don't listen to you, sometimes they do. But when they do listen to you, it is a lot of fun. So, that's the thing with the Commander. First I'll start off by saying, for it to work, you gotta have two commanders in the game. If there's just you, your team is gonna dominate. If you start off at the start, your team's gonna dominate. If you join like midway, you can kind of make a comeback a little bit, but you're still gonna lose. I was in that situation. But two commanders, a lot of fun. Like, you can constantly kind of like yourself fighting with the other commander. Like, if they put a UAV down, you have the ambition to go put a counter UAV, so it kind of like negates that. And it's a lot of fun. Like, you help out your team, you do have a lot of like pressure under you, and if someone says you're a bad commander, that's the thing, it starts the train going, and everyone else starts to join and saying, oh yeah, you're a really shit commander, we're gonna vote you off. Thankfully that hasn't happened to me. But yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but like, to command a team, like, it's really, really a lot of pressure. But anyways, a lot of fun. Now, there are a few issues with the Commander itself, and I think, like, they're not really issues, they're more like annoyances. And the thing is, like, for instance, I'll say the Tomahawk missile. You get control of a Tomahawk missile, you fire it, and the funny thing is the other commander can see when you fire it. Like, and I kind of understand that's what, like, that makes sense, like, for a commander to see like a Tomahawk missile coming in. But the thing is, to counter that Tomahawk missile, all they got to do is put up a counter UAV in the area it's going to. And it's fucking annoying when you wait all this time for a Tomahawk to come in, and then they just block it with a counter UAV, which refreshes in like 5 times speed, and the Tomahawk refreshes like so slow. I don't know that, but yeah, I just find those things like really annoying. Like, it's really imbalanced as a countermeasure. Now, also the obvious one being with Commander is that the players actually don't listen to you. I was in a game once where there was this whole squad camping on the rooftop, not on a rooftop, sorry, on a hill. And I told them, I told them in the chat box, no, you gotta move right now. But they didn't listen, so I just ignored them for the rest of the game. But eventually that actually made us lose. Like, if they moved off that off that hill and into a objective, we could have won that game, but didn't happen. So obviously the players got to listen to you. Now, so that's probably the only issues I have with Commander. Other than that, it is a lot of fun commanding your troops. Like and if you win the game or get a better score than the other commander, you have that sense of like, oh yeah, I'm important, fuck yeah. So, in short, the campaign was awesome. The control feels realistic. The control of the character feels realistic. The weapons seem also realistic in a way, like that high damage. Vehicle smoothness is really well made. The map designs are really well made. Levolution, a bit iffy. I was expecting more, but overall a good first impression. The commander, a really good feature to include in Battlefield 4. And that's about it really. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more content. I'll probably be posting a lot more now since I finally got the game, finally got premium and stuff like that. I can't wait for the DLCs as well. They look promising. So in the future I'll be posting more tactics and concepts. And I was thinking about not posting weapon guides and vehicle guides. I mean you got to be an idiot to not be able to use a weapon. Like no offense to anyone who doesn't know how to use a weapon, but there are weapon guides out there that despise other guns, and I don't like that. For some, like, it just doesn't make sense to despise a weapon. It's in there for you to enjoy. And I've seen like plenty of players from Battlefield 3, Battlefield Bad Company 2 use the same weapon over and over again, never use anything else for no reason at all. And that's a really boring thing to use. Battlefield 4 obviously is not going to kind of be like that. There's going to be like a shit ton of weapons for you to use. I think there's like 50 or something. And that's a good thing to have. Like, it will create more diversity if you get killed. You're not going to get killed by the same weapon each time. Namely the AEK, the M416, M16. Oh my god, all those weapons constantly killed by in Battlefield 3. But in Battlefield 4, it's going to be different. There's going to be so many weapons, going to be so many customizations, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, anyways, apart from that, I'm going to be posting everything you need to know about Battlefield 4. I'll be listing a lot of commander stuff because that's where I'm at. I like commanding troops and stuff like that, and how to be a good player in Battlefield 4. So stay tuned for that if you want. So like, comment, and subscribe. Especially subscribe. I'm not forcing it on you, but if you want. Anyways, thanks guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.